Yesterday, students at the University of Exeter, representing the Committee for Accuracy in Middle East Reporting and Analysis, manning a stall to raise awareness about anti-Semitism, found themselves crowded by dozens of their peers, some of them launching into heated arguments and allegedly throwing orange squash over the Jewish students. Take a watch of this.
It's no use.
You came onto campus, you knew what was going to happen, bro. There's like 5 of you.
But that says something, right?
No,
but we can't have our...
If I came onto campus and was in white supremacist talk, if I came onto campus...
Okay,
and I was talking about...
carry on believing that. Carry on believing that.
I mean, you can sit there and say all these things. Palestinians got dispossessed, yet you hand out a leaflet saying they didn't deserve it. You act as if all of this never fucking happened. But
you're acting as if Jews don't have any single
But I'm not, though. When have I ever said
that?
that?
Because I haven't heard it come out of your mouth.
A spokesperson for the University of Exeter told us, "We can confirm we are investigating a report of an incident that took place on our campus. We are meeting with those involved to ensure they are receiving the appropriate support. University security was present throughout, and members of the police who were present at the university as part of a separate meeting visited the stall before this incident occurred. As part of our investigation, we will review the full CCTV footage that is available." I'm joined now by the Kurdish Jewish student who was running that stall at Exeter University. She's also a fellow of the Committee for Accuracy in Middle East Reporting and Analysis, Rojin Kante. Rojin, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Welcome to the Independent Republican, Mike Graham. You know, it looks like a calm scene, but it looks quite unpleasant at the same time. And I think you, along with many of your sort of fellow students at the moment, are having to put up with this kind of behaviour on far too often a basis, it seems.
Yes, firstly, I want to say thank you for having me on and giving us a voice and platform to speak and share some of the difficulties that we've been facing. Yes, this isn't the first time that we've been harassed, and I doubt it will be the last time, looking at the way that the university is dealing with this. I want to highlight some of the events that took place yesterday. But firstly, I want to go into some of the history and let everybody know that this was not the first time that we've been intimidated or harassed. So prior to October 7, we were harassed again at a stall, myself and my friends, where we had a lot of violence directed at us, where we were told that Hamas wasn't a terror organisation, that we were terrorists. And then moving on to post-October 7, we have had professors giving lectures saying that Hamas is a resistance movement and that they are not a violent terrorist organisation. Just only last week, we had a webinar in which professors denied the allegations of rape and sexual violence against Israeli women on October 7th and completely dismissed the tragic events that took place on that day.
It's incredible, isn't it? And you say this happened before October the 7th, but since then, is this something that you fear happens pretty much every time you go out to do anything like this?
Yes, so this was the first time that we kind of had the bravery to go out and do something like this, really. And we were met with hostility. We felt extremely unsafe and unprotected and, you know, very lonely. Because, yes, the university have told you that they were present, which they were, but they refused to act when there was juice spilt over the Israeli flag, which hit myself and my friends. I just want to make it clear that this was red juice that was thrown over the flag to make it look as if the Israeli flag had blood on it. And it hit us. The university saw this, the security saw this and refused to act. And there was lots of anti-Semitic tropes that went around. The crowds were extremely big, which wasn't managed, and we just felt extremely unsafe and unprotected.
And did they seem organised to you? I mean, did it seem like something spontaneous, or did it seem like they knew exactly what they were doing?
Well, I can't say whether they were organised or not, but, you know, they were able to organise once they got together in front of us and intimidate us on a large scale. You know, Jewish students are now silenced. I'm unfortunately the only one that's going to be taking a stand since yesterday, as many of my friends that were with me on that stall are now too scared. Some of them have already gone home as they don't want to be on campus. I know that myself, I won't be present on campus for a while because we have been intimidated and we're not protected by the university.
No, in fact, I think we've got a still there of the security chief basically standing there just watching and not really doing anything to protect you at all.
Yeah, they stood there. But I also just want to go into the fact that, you know, we are the only group that feels unsafe to express our views. Yeah. We don't feel that the student safe spaces are available for us, and we're unable to express our freedom of speech. And it's clear that freedom of speech is only afforded to one group on university campuses. And, you know, the correlation between the professors' actions in denying the sexual violence that went ahead on October 7 against Israeli women and the denial of Hamas being a terrorist organization, you know, there is a clear correlation that affects these anti-Semitic attacks against Jewish students on campus and what's being taught. So this raises the question as to whether, you know, what is the University of Exeter teaching about Zionism, and is this balanced at all, or are these students being educated to hate?
Indeed, and given it's International Women's Day week, you might wonder whether they think you should have the right to say whatever it is that you want to say without being harassed, without being put into sort of some kind of mindset where you're under threat, where you feel like you might be in danger.
Yeah, exactly. And ahead of International Women's Day, I am absolutely appalled at the university not taking action as quickly as they should be. They haven't been policing or monitoring these events. And in all honesty, as students, we've had to police these events and see what's been going on around campus. And the events that took place yesterday, we've been telling them that this will be taking place if they don't protect us. And they just haven't protected us. And the students yesterday, they were not pro-Palestinian students. They were just anti-Israel, because in essence, attacking Jewish students will not advance their cause and will not do anything for the Palestinian people.
No, that is the irony of all of these disputes and all of these protests that we see from, you know, the streets of London to now Exeter University. But listen, Rojan, thank you so much for coming on. I hope that they get sorted. I hope the investigation actually finds the people responsible and tells them to stop doing it, because it's absolutely shocking. But thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Rojan Kante, a student at Exeter University, who wanted just simply to put a little exhibition on and a conversation which was shouted down by those sort of people who don't like democracy.